Hey you guys, just quickly a quick video to tide you over between my next one. I'm hoping to get a pickups video out by maybe the middle of next week because I'm going out to the Gold Coast this weekend to pick up some stuff. Just about everything's back open again, all the op shops and stuff, so I'm going to do a big game hunting trip with Catherine and we're going to go to the beach, we might go camping. It's going to be awesome. But for now, instead of going out and buying video games, I've actually been sitting down and playing video games, that's incredible, babe. I feel like I never do that. What games do I play?
Wrestling.
I always play wrestling game, and she always plays Doom Eternal on the Nintendo Switch. Now, the game I beat is called Bulletstorm. This is a 2011 release. It's a first-person shooter by the developers of Fortnite, Epic Games, and co-developed by People Can Fly. I'm not sure who did most of the developing. I think People Can Fly did because they seem to have a bigger spotlight in the credits. But it was made by the same people that did Gears of War, Painkiller, and Fortnite. And I mean, most of those games I really enjoy. I really enjoy Gears of War and Painkiller. Fortnite, I've played it a little bit. I find it hard to get into games that don't have like story and stuff. Except for like wrestling games because I have a pre-existing interest in that. But this is by that developer, People Can Fly. It's a first-person shooter set in the not far future, but the 26th century, so 25 something. You play as this guy here. His name is Grayson, and he has this like a team of commandos that he goes around performing hits for. He has a general that he performs hits for. One of the people he kills turns out to be a reporter. This is all very early game stuff. Like this is in the first 30 minutes that I'm going to spoil. But he kills a reporter, and it turns out that he's actually been a lackey all this time for this general. So he goes rogue. Him and his troop go rogue, and they set out to try and undo the misdeeds of the past. It sounds kind of noble, but it's not really that kind of a game. Bulletstorm is much more like Gears of War than it is something like Spec Ops: The Line. There's a lot of swearing. There's a lot of like reference to like dumb frat boy stuff, like drinking, drugs, stuff like that. They say dick a lot for some reason. Like for some reason, like I think dick is the most used word in this game. I didn't count it, but it had to be in the hundreds. He tracks down his general and he plans to kill him. But the general destroys his little ship. He does enough damage to the general's ship to make it crash land on a planet. And he manages to save his teammate Ishii, who's like this Asian guy obsessed with honor, that kind of thing. He's a real stereotype. It's all stereotypes in this game. Even the general is like a loudmouth general who's like always swearing and belittling his own men, saying, "Oh, you're all replaceable," stuff like that. It's kind of funny. At first, I did not think I would like it based upon this, like the whole frat boy element. But once I turned my mind off and went, it's a video game, just try and have fun, I started to really enjoy it. What helps is that it doesn't take itself seriously, and it also has just excellent gameplay. It's a first-person shooter where you have a lot of control over your character. You can do a slide attack, and you can do a kick that launches enemies into the air, where you can kick them into like obstacles like cactuses, explosives. You can kick them into spikes. You have a grapple hook kind of deal where you can grapple an enemy and pull them towards you, but you also use it to pull down stuff from the terrain. So there are spots where you can like pull down stuff on top of the enemies for like bonus points, and all of the points in this game are used to buy ammo and upgrade your equipment. So you want to get as many points as possible, and it rewards you for being creative with your kills. Like just a normal kill will net you 10 points. If you get a headshot, I think that's 25. If you hit them in the throat, that's 25. Like, if you take them out at the leg first and then, like, shoot them, it's called tripwire, and that's like 50 points. But all the different ways you kill enemies have different points. Like, if you kick them off of a ledge, I think it says vertigo and you get 100 points, stuff like that. It makes it very interesting. It's not a mechanic that you see a whole lot in video games, because in other games it would sort of break the immersion, but because it's part of this kind of game, it really, really works. And it makes it a lot of fun. You can kind of like kick enemies into each other, or like pull an enemy in front of you to like get hit by his own enemy and that will kill him. You know, it's stuff like that. It's very unique. Apparently this game did not sell great when it was released. It had a few editions. It had Bulletstorm and Bulletstorm like a special edition. And then Bulletstorm Full Clip, I think it was called. It was a re-release for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch, and strangely enough, apparently according to sales figures, that port ended up doing much better than this PlayStation 3 port. I don't know why. Like, usually if something is ported, it doesn't sell as well as the original, but I guess this is the exception to that rule. Maybe so few people bought it originally that when it came out on Xbox One and PS4, people thought, oh yeah, new game, awesome. And they didn't even know it was a port. Graphics are very good. They're about what you would expect for the time. The planet that you crash land on it's kind of like an amusement park. Like, the whole planet was terraformed into this giant amusement park kind of deal, and outside of the amusement park is just like wasteland and jungle and stuff. You traverse pretty much all of the main areas of the planet. There's a city area, there's a theme park area, there's a area where you're going through a building while it's crumbling. There's an underground area, like a sewer. There's a jungle, there's a cave. There's a lot of cool levels in this game. It does a lot to keep it varied, and the enemies do that as well. Some of the enemies you can only kill in certain ways. Like, there are enemies that you can't kick or use the grapple hook on, so you have to get creative or just shoot them normally. It adds a little bit of extra challenge to what kind of enemy you're facing. It'll be different. Like, there are these mutant enemies that you can only shoot in certain glowing parts of their body. Like, they'll have a like cancerous growth on their shoulder or something, and you can only shoot the shoulder to do damage. If you shoot everywhere else, you can unload 1,000,000 shots into them and they won't die. You have to hit that area. Yeah, I think if people watching this, if you enjoy first-person shooters, I definitely think you will like this one. I don't think the online mode is still active in the PS3 version. And this was back in the day when online passes were a thing. God, they were awful. Yeah, remember online passes? It made it so that buying the game used was pointless. Dead Space 2, like, leaflet. That's cool. Didn't even notice that. But I had fun. It's not a long game at all. It's maybe only about... I think I beat it in a little under 6.5 hours, so it's not long at all. Definitely don't pay a high price for this. I think I paid maybe $4 or $5 for this copy, which is just about right. It's what you would want to pay. The PS4 one, maybe $15, $20, depending on if the online servers are still up. I'm sure this game is a blast to play online, just with all of the different weapons and different skills you can use. So yeah, check it out. It is called Bulletstorm. It's on PlayStation 3, PC, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. So whatever system you have to play it on, it's almost a guarantee that you can play it. Unless you're still playing the Dreamcast or something, so... That's all for now. Sigma my house bidding you farewell. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions about this game, I only just beat it within the last couple of days, so I'll do my best to try and answer them. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.